Welcome back, students. Hoping that your pre-midterm examinations were very good and you will achieve good marks in your pre-midterm examinations. So, welcoming you all after the pre-midterm examinations, and we are going to continue our classes after the pre-midterm examinations for chemistry. So, in today's class, let's have a discussion for your chapter 2 only, that is matter around us. Okay, is matter around us pure? That is a particular chapter for you. And let's discuss about the different topics of the matter around us pure. Okay, the matter around us pure. Let's discuss about this particular topic. So the first thing which I am going to discuss with you here is what is matter. Okay, what is matter? So what is matter? Matter is anything that has mass and that occupies space. Okay, occupies space. That means it has volume. It is been termed as matter. Okay, anything that has mass and that occupies space, it is been termed as matter. So it can be recognized that the mass and the occupation of the space around you, many different things are there which occupy the space. Okay, which are having a definite volume there and which are having mass. So that particular all the things can be considered as your matter. For example, for example, the pen, the table, okay, the table, the books, okay, the books, the water, the air which is surrounded by to you, okay, etc. All these things can be termed as matter. Okay, material. Material is another very common term which is being used. Okay, material. It is also a very common another common term which is used generally. Common term used in chemistry. However, the meaning of this material is very limited. Okay, it is very limited, which correspond. Okay, which means which means to matter having specific uses. Matter having specific uses. For example, glass. It can be termed as material. Okay, cement, wood, paper, etc. This can be termed as material. They all are matter, but are also termed as material. Okay, they all are matter, but they all are termed as material because of their specific uses. Okay, because of their specific uses. Because of their specific uses, they have been termed as material. Okay, they are not termed as matter, but they are termed as material. However, we cannot easily see the energy like matter. Okay, however, we cannot easily see the energy like matter, but it can be felt. But it can be easily felt out there. Okay, such as light and heat are the common example of energy like matter. Okay, they are the common example of energy like matter. Okay, so these were about matter and material and the energy like matter. Okay, so matters can be solid, liquid or gas, means they can be substances also which can be easily touched or felt by us, or they can be only in the form of energy also, which cannot be touched or which cannot be seen, but they can only be felt. Okay, so these all are termed as matter or material. Next, we are going to classify this matter. Okay, we are going to classify the matter. So, the classification of matter. Classification of matter. So, matter can be classified in two ways. Matter can be classified in two ways. Number one, physical classification of matter, and the number two is chemical classification of matter. Chemical classification of matter. One is the physical classification of matter and another one is the chemical classification of matter. So we can classify the matter on the two bases, that is one in the physical classification and the second one is the chemical classification. So first, let's see the physical classification of element, which we have done and which we have studied in your class, first chapter of this class. Okay, that is the matter around us. Okay, in that chapter we have studied this thing. So the physical classification of matter is done on the basis of their physical properties. So the physical properties is on the basis of which the physical classification is done is solid. Okay, solid state, solid state, liquid state, and third is the solid, liquid, and gas state, gaseous state. These three states are the physical classification of matter. So in this physical classification of what matter, let's first discuss about the solid state. The solid state of matter. So what is the solid state of matter? Solid has a solid has a definite shape and possesses possesses definite volume and possesses definite volume. Thus, solids are generally hard and rigid. They are generally hard and rigid. The intermolecular force, molecular force in the case of solid between the between the particles of solids the intermolecular force in the case of solids between the particles of the solids are very strong. and hence the particles of solid the particle of solid are closely packed to each other, closely packed to each other. Okay, the particles possess motion, that is random motion. Okay, the particle possesses random motion. Each particle, okay, each particle which is present in the nature, it possesses random motion. But in case of solids, due to presence of strong intermolecular force and less space, the particles can only vibrate. The particles can only vibrate in their position. In their position. And due to this reason, the 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 particles of solid possess low thermal energy. They possess low thermal energy. Next, let's talk about the liquid state. The liquid state. So the liquid state, a liquid has a definite volume. A liquid has a definite volume, but it does not possess it does not possess a fixed shape. Okay, it does not possess a fixed shape. The shape of the liquid changes with the container it is kept. It is kept. Okay. The reason for the change of shape here is that the reason for not having a fixed shape, the reason for not having a fixed shape is the reason for not having a fixed shape is the low intermolecular force between the reason for not having the fixed shape is the low intermolecular force between the particles in case of liquids. Okay, due to this reason, what happens? Due to this reason, the particles are loosely packed. Okay, the particles are loosely packed in case of your liquids, and spaces are present in between them. Due to this reason, due to this availability of spaces, due to the availability of spaces, what happens? The flexibility, okay, the flexibility increases, and hence the liquid does not have a fixed shape. It does not have a fixed shape. Okay, so this is one of the reason why the liquid shape changes. But why it is having fixed volume there? Then what is the reason that the fixed volume is there? The intermolecular force present between the present between the particles of liquids does not allow the intermolecular force present between the particles of liquid does not allow the particles to move very far away from each other, from each other, and hence the volume of liquid is not distracted, and it is fixed, and it is fixed. The motion of particles in case of liquid, okay, the motion of the particles in case of liquids, it is higher as comparison to that of solids, and hence the particles are having more collision and possess higher thermal energy as comparison to that of the solid, as comparison to that of the solids. Okay. Next, let's talk about gaseous state the gaseous state of matter, the third state of matter, that is the gaseous state of matter. Gaseous state. So a gas neither has fixed volume and nor has fixed fixed shape. The reason is that the molecular force between the particle of the gases, between the particles of the gases, is very low, and due to this the particles of gases the particles of gases are very far away from each other. very far away from each other. So due to the reason that they are having very low intermolecular force between them, and due to this low intermolecular force, what will happen? The particles of the gases will be very far away from each other, and due to this reason, what will happen? The shape or the volume, which was fixed in case of solids and liquids, but in case of gases, both the shape and volume will be distracted here. Okay, no fixed shape or no fixed volume will be seen out here. So this is the particles of the gases, and due to presence of very large space here, okay, due to presence of very large space here, what will happen? The particles of the gases will move in every direction. They will move in all direction very freely, and due to this reason, what will happen? A large amount of collision will occur between the particles of the gases, and hence they will possess high thermal energy. They will possess high thermal energy due to the higher kinetic energy. Okay, due to presence of higher kinetic energy. Higher kinetic energy. They possess higher kinetic energy, and due to this reason, they will be having higher thermal energy. Okay, so this was the particles. These were the different states. Okay, that is solid state, liquid state, and gaseous state. And what are the different? What are the major difference between the solid state, gaseous state, and liquid state? Okay, so on the basis of this, we can say that the solids, the liquids, and the gases. So here on the basis of intermolecular force, if I am going to define them, so as we grow from solid to liquid, okay, solid to liquid and gas, there we will see that intermolecular force decreases, and as we go from gas to liquid and then solid, intermolecular force increases. This was the rule for your intermolecular force. Similarly, if I am saying this for thermal energy, okay, if I am considering the thermal energy here, then what will be the difference here, what will be the consequences here? Let's talk about that. So here, on going from solid to liquid to gases, here the thermal energy will increase if we are going from solid to liquid, then liquid to gas. And when we are coming from gases towards the solid, then the thermal energy will be decreased. Thermal energy will reduce or it will decrease. And in case of kinetic energy between of the particles, solid, liquid, and gas. Solid, liquid, and gas, the kinetic energy will increase. Okay, kinetic energy will increase. And in case of the when we are moving from gases to solids, then the kinetic energy will reduce and it will decrease. Okay. So these were the different relationships of the different properties between the solid, liquid, and gases. We will discuss more in the next topic here, and we will move forward towards the matters of chemical classification, which is the main topic of this chapter. Okay, so for today we are ending our class here only, and we will meet in the next class with the chemical classification, and also some of the different types of thing that how we can convert solid into liquid, liquid into gases, and all these things we will discuss in the next class. So students, thank you for watching this video. We will meet in the next class. Thank you.